This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, we will wait for 2 more minutes and start our session. Hi everyone, I hope I'm audible and my screen is visible. Can anyone confirm it? Yeah, thank you. So I'm Selvi. Um, we will have a session today about the workshop on Java. The latest trends about Java we'll be discussing. I'm in this IT field for more than 15 years. I got opportunity to work in different organizations in different countries, and I got chance to work in different programming language, technologies, cloud technologies also. I'm a certified architect of Amazon and Google Cloud provider. So with no delay, we will start today's workshop session. Okay, very first question usually asked many students or many attendees of my workshops, like why you are here. When I ask this question, I used to get different type of answers from different people. If a student is answering me, then the student will say that I am a student, finally a student. When I get out of the college, I want to place in a good organization. If I'm talking to a tester, then the tester will say that I'm already in the IT world and I'm doing the manual testing, but I want to move into a automation world. If I'm talking to a non-IT person, he will say that I'm in non-IT field for more than 3 years or 5 years. I want to switch myself to IT industry. Or if I'm talking to a IT developer itself who is already doing a coding, if I ask, he or she will say that I'm in the IT field, I'm doing the development, of course, but I'm using a programming language where I'm not getting proper salary, or I'm having less scope. That is, in only limited organization I have a opportunity. Not every organization is using it, so I have limited opportunity. Again, if I talk to a Java developer itself, they will say that I'm in Java development field, but I feel that I can upskill myself so that I can get a good salary, because nowadays attrition, so many newses are revolving, like 2023 you can expect attrition, something like this. Okay, recession will come. So many discussions are going on. By considering all those things, okay, there may be different answers from different people, but finally, what is the ultimate thing we are all looking for? Okay, it's a good job. It's all fall under one umbrella called good job. What do you mean by good job? There can be different definition for good job, like getting a nice salary. I'm passionate about coding, so I want to place in a top rated company in a different city, on-site opportunity. So many things will fall under this good job. But how can I achieve this good job? Okay, how? Nowadays, we think that even somebody would have done this 2023 New Year resolution also, like I want to do this, that. So many checklists we have created. There may be a chance that learning something new is also one among them. But finding time to do it. Many of us are already working in an organization and we have some other commitments. So when you want to adopt to something new, when you want to learn something new, it's a big challenging thing to you. So when you want to invest your time, so investing your time matters a lot. So finding time and investing your time means you have to find the right choice. In IT world, there can be n number of choices available. Finding job, so many things. You can find a job in UI. I hope most of you are from IT world, but we will talk about that. Like you might be working in UI, that is front end technology or back end technology or database tester. So many categories are there. You can get a job, but investing your time, you have to find something good which will make as a one time investment or a good investment, so that if I learn something now, it should be useful in my future also. If something comes in future, so every month, every quarter, you can see new things are published in this IT market. So if something comes new, I should be capable to learn it, to take it up immediately with my existing knowledge. Means if I invest a time in learning a programming language or a technology or tool, whatever may be, that tool or that software should be helpful for me in the future also. It shouldn't be the case that I'm learning something today, tomorrow if something comes new in the market, it is nowhere related to my existing knowledge. It shouldn't be the case because I have invested my time in that. So today we'll be discussing one of the interesting topic, like investing your time in a right software or a right library or a right thing. So what we are going to discuss today is Java. Why Java is trending in market. I can say that more than 2 decades it is famous in the market. You can take any metrics. You can go to Google and type top 3 programming language or top 10 programming language. If you type it, you can see Java on top 3. People will wonder. Some people used to have a discussion during the tea time and other thing. They used to say that no. In forums also, you can see some blogs also. They say no, Java is not trending now. They will say that no, Python is trending and some other programming language is trending. They used to say that. But if you take the Fortune 500 companies, you can say more than 90% of companies are using Java in any form. Java means it is not only the core Java, there are different versions of Java available now. Versions in the sense it can be the framework which is developed on top of a Java. It can be some library which is developed by using Java. So directly or indirectly, you can see Java everywhere. It can be the phone which you are using, the Android phones. It can be the set-top box which you are using. It can be the smartwatches you are using. Everywhere you can see Java. But people are still thinking that no, something is moving up in the market and we don't have scope. but we have lots of example which is revolving around us directly or indirectly, which will help us to work with Java. Again, when you make some choices, it should be in a broader way. If I'm taking one programming language or technology, it should not bind me to a narrow way. If I learn Java, I can be a tester, I can be a developer. It is not like if I learn a programming language, I can do only a development. That too, I can do a backend development. No, there is no such restriction when you move on to Java. So, what we are doing here, when you learn Java, over a period of time, you can take anyone's journey. If they are in the field for 15 years or 20 years in this field, they would have done this Java at least once in their career. How? If they are a tester, if they are planning to go for a automation, Selenium based one, if they want to do a coding, they would have used it. If you are a developer, backend, core Java would have used a framework of Java. If you're planning to use a unit testing, you have so many frameworks available for this unit testing using Java. Again, some people will say that this discussion is also coming. People used to say no more three-tier architecture, no more two-tier architecture. I wonder why they're discussing that, but still, some people think that that is not possible. But still, they used to say that we will do all the coding in the UI itself using a scripting language itself. They used to say scripting language. Then immediately I asked them, what scripting language you are preferring? They used to say JavaScript. Oh, JavaScript. Again, if you know Java, you can very well learn the JavaScript. Then again they will say, no, TypeScript. So if you take the Angular and React JS, okay, people immediately. So these are the mantras in market now. If they ask about UI framework, means immediately they will say Angular and React JS. Yes, Angular and React JS are famous in the market. They are thinking that is not Java because they can't see the name Java in the terms. Okay, Angular. But Angular started from something called Angular JS. The very first version of Angular started with Angular JS, that is Angular JavaScript. On top of it only they have something called TypeScript came up. Even if we want to deep dive into the discussion, people who actually work on this TypeScript language, they will say that directly or indirectly all your coding will be in the JavaScript. That is, your code, your TypeScript code will be converted to JavaScript, and that JavaScript only compiled, and you will get a proper output which you are preferring. So technically this is what is happening. So what we are going to think here is, whether you are going with a UI framework, whether you are going to, like, your ambition is to become a backend developer. Finally, if you learn one programming language, it will help you to satisfy both the cases. So you might be in dilemma where I can go here or there. Maybe in the beginning of your career, you might be thinking like that. In that cases, the best choice is you can choose Java. So that you can go anywhere. So let's take few examples here. Why Java? Why it is famous in the market for this more than 2 decades? So many competitors are coming. So many people are stating that this is not good, something new is coming. But still, we are able to be good in the market. How? The very first thing is, let's take the recent example, the pandemic situation. What happened? Suddenly lockdown everywhere. You are not allowed to go to office. You have to do your work from home. Then some organization they are able to sustain with using few of the jargons in the market, that is cloud technology, remote access, serverless architecture. How they are able to do it? Simple example, you are adopting your servers, like you don't need to go to office, you don't need a desktop, you have a laptop. Using the laptop, you can connect to the cloud environment, that is, you can work from anywhere at any time zone. There is no restriction. If you have a laptop and proper authentication system of your organization, you can very well log into that cloud environment and you can work. It made our work easy. We are able to, almost most of the companies like in India, one few of the companies started going to office, maybe in the hybrid model, partially work from home, partially come to office. Some companies are still doing the work from home. How they are able to do it? Cloud technologies. They are adapted, they are using the servers from cloud, they are using the applications in the cloud. This can be SaaS or it can be PaaS. They adopt themselves, and it made the work like they can easily do without worrying about this pandemic condition. They don't need to risk their life to go to office to do some activities, to restart a server. If some server goes down, you don't need to go to office to restart it. If something else you have to do it, yes, you can do everything remotely. Remote access made a work easy using this one. And next thing is intelligence, artificial intelligence. Now the next trending thing. So far people were last decade they were talking about cloud, like so many cloud providers have came like Amazon, Azure, that is the Microsoft one, and Google, and Alibaba. So many things, so many providers have came. So now the next thing is artificial intelligence, data science. So next, what is this artificial intelligence? You don't need to do anything. Like automatically, some intelligence from predefined data sets would be there, and you will be doing some calculation on top of it, and you will get the derived answers. So many things, like even the smartwatches and all, they will be using it. They will detect your heartbeat, and they will detect your blood pressure, and there are some predefined calculations. Based upon that, you will get some alarms, some notifications using the artificial intelligence. So this is the next trending, because now this digital world make our work easy. We don't need to rely on someone, like everything we want automatically. I don't want to set an alarm also. If somebody is doing by itself, I'll be happy to do it. How we can achieve it? Using this artificial intelligence. Then next, now we can't live without mobile. We came into that situation. Now everybody is holding a mobile. Okay, Android phones. We are into this because it's really helpful. I won't say it's wrong, like it's helpful compared to last like 10 years back or 15 years back. Most of the things we are able to do easily by sitting at our home because of this Android phones. And next thing is big data. I told, right, some analysis about your BP needs to be done, about your heartbeat, and so many metrics we have to calculate. That we call it as big data. So many things are revolving around us, and so many different things we are expecting. New things we are trying to explore. So all these things can be done using Java. Some people is surprised, like, is it true? I thought artificial intelligence means is different, cloud means is different. But if you are a developer who is already doing, you know that yes, it is all done using the Java only. If you have a cloud server and you have an application which is running in on premises, yes, you can very well connect to the cloud servers. There are so many APIs available, SDKs available, software development kit is available. By using this software development kit, you can very well connect. So Java APIs are available, Java SDKs are available, which will make your work easy. You don't need to manually log into a console to bring up a server or to provision something. Using the APIs, you can very well do the resource provisioning and resource accessing and all. You can do easily with Java itself. And as I told you, artificial intelligence, yes, your data science related activities. If you are running a Java application, you can very well do it. Like big data. So Adobe itself is saying that if you have a Java application, it will make a work easy. They are providing that APIs and all. So if you are using the predefined API, so API is what it is doing. I don't need to. So simple example, let's take a calculation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. I want to do means I don't want to sit and write all those things. There will be some predefined library available. I can make API calls and I can do all this manipulation. I took a simple example. Like this, you have so many things available. Readily available libraries are available in this market. Readily available softwares are available. So using this, you can very well achieve all the expectation or day-to-day expectation. So I told you, right, smartwatches, set-top box, your Android phones. So if you know Java, you can be a Android developer also. If you know Java, you can work on the cloud environment also. So umbrella, one thing only, that is you are a Java developer, but where do you want to place yourself? I want to become a Android developer. Yes, you can very well upskill some customization, that is for Android development. You are on top of Java, you have to do some more upskill, that's it. Similarly, if you want to do something, you want to become an artificial intelligence, data science related engineer, yes, you can very well do. If you want to go on to this big data, so that is a jargon again in the market, yes, you can very well do it. And if you want to become a DevOps engineer, so you should know the CI/CD pipeline. So for this, if you know Java, there are some frameworks available, Java frameworks available, core Java. I hope you all know what is the difference between the core Java and framework. Core Java is a one which is a base for everything. On top of it, there are so many community people who has created their own libraries, that we call it as frameworks. In market, so many frameworks are available. The Spring, the one which I'm showing in the screen, that itself is a framework. So on top of the core Java programming language, we have the frameworks developed, which comes with some readily available library, which make the developer work easy. You have so many frameworks. I'll be showing the famous frameworks in the market, Java framework. So ultimately, if you know one programming language, you can be a tester or developer. Again, in the developer, you can be a front end developer or a back end developer. Again, in the back end development side, you can be in different area, microservices world, you can be the cloud one, you can be on the mobile Android developer also. How we are able to do all those things? Very first thing is easy to learn. Why people are going and they are saying that I want Java? Because I like to take in a comparison between C++ and Java. So I got a chance to work on C, C++, and Java came into our day-to-day activity. I felt really easy. How? Because people who had already worked on C, you can get a chance, means you can very well discuss. Memory allocation is a big challenging task in that. You should know each and every syntax to allocate a memory, to deallocate a memory. But when you deals with Java, everything is automatically happening. Garbage collection, I don't need to worry how to do all the deallocation and all. I don't need to assign each and every variable. Pointers concept. If you know, you would have already studied in your college days, see pointers and all, you know how difficult it is to understand that. But there is no such concept in Java. The memory allocation and deallocation is very easy and it's automatical also. So don't need to worry about it. Everything is automatic. Portability, this cross platform development, that is, I don't need to really worry like I want to run my application, I'm developing an application, simple calculator itself I'm taking again. You are developing one calculator application means you won't keep that in your mind that I'm developing a Windows calculator application. That is my application. If I develop means it will work only in the desktop. I cannot deploy in the web. No, no such restriction. You are doing a Java development. That's it. The same application will work in the Windows, the same application will work in the Linux operating system also. Again, if you want to run it in the web format, some modification we have to do. That is a framework level modification. Yeah, app server level modification only, the middleware modification only you will be doing. But the core logic, the core syntax, the core format is going to remain same. So because of this portability concept, we are able to survey most of the enterprise application. What is this enterprise application? You can take the topmost companies in the market. They are not serving only 10 people or 15 people. They will have lakhs and billions of users. If they want to achieve that, like you would have learned about this, or you would have purchased also some online shopping, big billion day, so billions of customers will be logging at the same time to do some shopping. So in that case, my application should be working functionally good, performance wise it should be good, security wise also it should be good. What is functionally good? Let's take an example of Amazon site itself. You're logging to Amazon site, yes, you're selecting one shirt and you're clicking on the color option or the size chart, means it should work properly. When I click on the size chart and it is not loading properly, means there is a functionality problem. And again, the same page will work properly if less traffic is there, that is only 10 users are using, means it is working fine. But on the big billion day, you can't expect that. There can be like lakhs of people will be logging at the same time. In that situation, I should not see the spinning screen, or I should not see a message called server not found, item not loading. If I show such message to my customer, it is a bad experience and they won't come and visit my site again. So performance wise, my application should be good. Security. Security in the sense like if customer is trusting me, that is my site, and they're coming and they're sharing some information. It can be their phone number, it can be their email address. It should be secured properly. It should not be that somebody can hack my site and they can easily get the information and misuse the customer information. If that is the case, obviously people won't use my application. By keeping all those things into consideration, enterprise organization, that is enterprise application development, means organization is preferring Java the most, because Java as a single software, it is serving all those things. Functionality wise, yes, you can do. You can achieve the security and performance also. So it is portable. At the same time, it is helping me to stamp my application as a good application in the market, because it is coming up with so many inbuilt features. I don't need to sit and write if my password is this, if my user ID is this, then compare, do some matching, do some exact match, case sensitive match. I don't need to do. For everything, there are some predefined libraries available. As a developer, I have to invoke the libraries and invoke the APIs alone so that I can achieve. The only thing is I should be clear enough with the requirement, what I want. If I know that requirement, there are plenty of options available in the Java development side. You can use a libraries, you can use a frameworks, you can plug and play. That's what we always say. Next thing is rich API. It is coming up. I told the big data and all, right? Whatever may be your choice, there are so many APIs options available. Programming interfaces are available. You have to pick and choose based upon the choice, your organization expectation, your user expectation. You can use your APIs. Compared to other programming language, we have so many APIs available in the market. Why so? Again, it is there in the market for more than 20 years. That could be the reason, because most of the companies are using it. If I'm the developer, I came across a situation that is, I want to do some authentication, my user ID password authentication. I have to do means what I will do, one or two times I will write the logic. Third time onwards, what I will do, I would have come up with the predefined APIs. I would have come up with some predefined options or library and keep it ready. So that the third and fourth time onwards, instead of duplicating my work, I can reuse the code by using the existing things. For that, there are so many options available. The OOPS concept. Java means hoops, object oriented programming. So, what is this object oriented programming? Some of these things you can see in other programming languages also. If you take C++, yes, there also you can see the terms. But compared to the C++, it has some advantage. I told you, right? It comes with a next version, a next generation kind of thing, I can say. So, if you want to secure your data, I told three things: functionality, performance, and security. If you want to secure your data, you can use the concept of encapsulation. Who wants to see what? You are logging to an application. If you are logging to an application as an admin, then you are supposed to see everything in the website. If you are logging in as a user, then you have limited access, only few screens you can access. How we can do it? You can very well achieve using this data restriction, access restriction. So you can use the concept of encapsulation. Again, I know only the idea. I don't know how to implement it now. For now, I have some idea. Later on, I will implement based upon the need. Okay, so I'm thinking that I want to build a phone. Okay, smartphone I want to build. So smartphone means what are the features I will be having? I'll be having something called video call, voice call, chat feature should be there. Video, I should be able to take photos, camera features should be there. So I know these are the things I need for a smartphone. These are the basic skeleton. I know I have a predefined idea about smartphone. The same idea can be used for a Samsung phone also, because Samsung phone also should do a video call, voice call, and yeah, a chat and rest of the things. Then the same skeleton can be used for your Vivo or what are the phones in the market. They can use the same idea. That we call it as abstraction. So if you are planning to build something later, but if you have an idea alone now, what I want to implement, because Samsung phone will have a different ideas about this camera and video features. If you take Vivo, they will have a different ideas about this. But the core essence is they want to do a video. That's it. How they are going to do, how they are going to implement will vary from one vendor to another vendor. So that we call it as abstraction. You can very well use one of the oops concept in the Java itself. And polymorphism. Poly means many. Same thing. I want to use a reusability concept. I don't want to duplicate my activity. So the same thing if I want to do it. Yes, we can use the polymorphism. All these things, this inheritance, you like we used to get our character from our parents and grandparents, right? The same thing here also in Java. If you have a class and if you want to reuse the same feature in some other class, you can introduce the relationship called inheritance between these two classes and you can very well use it. Like this, there are n number of options available in Java which made the developer work easy. Previously, remembering all the syntax, understanding the concept, doing a development is one task. On top of it, you have to think about how to deploy also. You should know the environment, which app server I should use, which app server or web server I should use, how to configure. That is another task. If some issue comes in, how to debug, how I can do a unit testing, how can I do a integration testing. This is again another task. There are different set of people sitting in this area. Some people will call it as support team, some we will call it as like tester again, like dev test team, ist testing team, and you will have a developer, and you will have some coordinator. So many people will be available. But after this DevOps model, everything is combined. You are the only one person who has to do everything. You should do the development and also the operation activity. Then immediately we all think that is it so? I'm a developer. How can I do the operation? I have no clue. We thought like that, but that also you are able to do it because of the frameworks available in Java. We are able to plug in those libraries in our IDEs. IDEs means the editor which we use for day-to-day activity. It can be the Eclipse, your Visual Studio Code, whatever may be. There are some readily available plugins available which I can plug into my editor. A notepad kind of thing editor would be there, and there you can very well use. I have to concentrate on development also alone. Rest of the things will be automatically done. So compared to, you can take any programming language in the market, they don't have this feasibility because they're trending now. They're like just entering into the market and they are learning step by step. But Java, it is already available in the market and which are able to lessons learned only. In the initial phases, Java also would have faced this one. But over the period of time, they learned a lot and they corrected themselves and it is in a good shape now so that anything comes new in the market, it can be easily adaptable and we can very well learn it. That is upskilling, it is possible instead of learning something from the scratch. That is difficult task because we don't have much time to invest on learning something from the scratch. If you know already something and on top of it if you want to do something, yes, it is possible during your leisure time you can do. But sitting specifically for something and spending your time, it is not that easy. Then come to this client and server architecture. All the websites which you are using, it is falls under this criteria of client server architecture. Somewhere the user would be there, somewhere the server would be there, and there should be some connectivity and the data will be processed. Let's take an example of your online shopping. You open any online shopping app, website also you can open. You click on any one particular product, you place an order. That's what you see. But actually, the product information, the delivery information, The payment information, nothing is in your laptop. Everything is somewhere in some other server in different country also. But still you are able to see that. How we are able to see that? There are some communication happening, client server communication. Again, let's take your mobile phone itself. In your mobile phone you can see the temperature, your city temperature. You might be sitting in a AC room with a temperature of 18 degree, but your mobile will show something called 30 degree, 32 degree. How it is showing? Because it is not calculating your room temperature, it is calculating your city temperature. How it is happening? Everything, there is a logic, there is a possibility of development we have done, we have achieved using the Java development. Like this we can take so much of example. So next thing is Java framework. This is what I was telling you. Core Java. People think that Java means it is just the core Java, and they will be learning something called operators, and they will be learning something called the hoops concept, inheritance, polymorphism, and all, and they will be learning some collections frameworks and some threading concept. This is what they think, but it is not actually that. If you take Java, you can't see the name of Java in some of the frameworks in the screen. Okay, Spring, you can say Log4j, you can take Maven, whatever, maybe you can't see the name Java, but they are the Java frameworks. They are using the core Java as the fundamental. On top of it, these libraries are all developed. So any Java developer, if they are in a need of a enterprise application development, they can use EJP. If anybody is interested in this Spring, so in subsequent slide I'll be discussing that also. If they are using for a standard application, a secured application, they are going for a microservices architecture, then they can use this Spring. Then I'm interested more on the database connectivity. I want to do some database, but I'm not good in DB query. I don't know, because today I'll be using SQL, but next month or something, my organization might be preferring Oracle, or next they will say Postgres. They will switch from one DB to another DB. It is really tough task for me to remember all the DB queries. I'm not ready to learn all those things. Means yes, you have a frameworks called this JSPs and this Hibernate are all available, which made our work easy. Nowadays, I would say that many of the Java developer are doing the DB connection development without knowing the actual DB query. They may not be knowing this inner join, outer joins concept and all. Previously, I'm saying that 15 years back, it is a tough job to know what is this inner join, outer joins and all if you want to join two tables. But now I don't need to worry about all those things. For me, this Hibernate and JSP will do all these activities. Next thing is logging mechanism. You are facing some issue in the production environment. You want to debug the issue. One of the simplest thing is using the log statement. How can I manage the logs? There can be n number of types available. Information logs would be there, warning logs would be there, debugging logs would be there. I want to categorize everything, and I don't want to have everything in my development environment. Only in a specific environment I want all type of logs. In production, I don't want a debug log, I want only error log. Something, some manipulations I have to do. In that case, I don't need to sit and write the coding for it. I can very well
Hello.
plug in 4j. Yes.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, Selvi. Actually, the slides are not moving. So,
I'm in Java framework slide. Are you able to see that?
no, actually, we can see the first slide only, workshop on Java trends.
Only
That
we can
is
see
some.
first slide. I mean, yes.
I'm sorry. 1 minute. Let me unshare. Is my screen visible?
Yeah,
No,
why
it's
we
back.
can see, we can see
Okay.
fourth slide. Why Java? That one.
Okay, good. Let me know.
Hello, hello.
No, Selvi, I guess you are not audible.